Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back with another edition of Maurice the Polar Reviews. Today we'll be talking about what is on my mannequin. Just got a lukewarm cop, not nothing too hot, but let's get into it. I went over my last episode I went over this t-shirt, very rare t-shirt, especially in 2XL, but I did cop it. The only discrepancy I have with this particular shirt is that it has a small pinhole in the back of it, but it's not nothing, you know what I'm saying, nothing to cry about or write home about. It's just, it is what it is, it's vintage. So with any vintage items, you gotta expect the flaws. As they say with wine, the older the wine is, the better it tastes. So it's somewhat on that level. So you gotta accept some type of flaws whenever you're dealing with Ralph Lauren vintage items. So let's get into it. I wanted to do this particular t-shirt because it is an Indian head t-shirt, which Ralph Lauren probably is never gonna make anymore. With this particular reversible track jacket, I would say. It has the Indian head on the side with the patch on the side, with the 5 on the side, and then the back of it, it has New York. Very dope. I think this particular jacket is very sought after, and I would say overlooked, only because whenever you have these type of items, you don't really see them that often, and then as you mature, you know, you leave some things behind, but you still have them. There's nothing wrong with that. It's causing exquisite taste. You know, you like what you like. And this is more of a streetwear. This is not a preppy look. This is something you rock with some Timbs, some jeans, a nice fitted, and just rock out. You know, maybe going to kick it with your boys at a bar. You know, maybe meeting up with a little, you know, female friend you got, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, so, but I wanted to do these particular two items because it has the red in the shirt and also has the red on back of this jacket. This is something I would wear together, like I said, with some nice Timbs, Butters, Wheats, Constructions, so forth and so on. That's what people use Timberlands as different terminology throughout the U.S. So it is what it is with that. So this is what I rock probably on a day-to-day basis. You know, just to kick it, something light, not necessarily doing too much. And, you know, just give you a different type of vibe. So there's definitely nothing wrong with that. Nice little fitted. And if you wanted to prep it up, you could. And I might do something on IG with this shirt rather than this. I had to see in a little bit. So let's talk about what's going on in the world of Ralph. Nothing. Nothing at all. That's what's going on in the world of Ralph. They're recycling a lot of P-Wing steel. Yeah, that's about it. I'm a vintage collector with Ralph Lauren. I love the vintage items. I love the way you can mix them and turn them and twist them, and you can have all type of different looks when you're dealing with Ralph Lauren. That's the great thing about Ralph Lauren. Right now, I think his creative crew, they're in their bag, so they will come out with something. Right now it's summertime, so you know, summertime khaki shorts, regular polos, Air Max. That's what we do. You can't really do too much in the summertime. Spring and summer in Georgia goes straight from winter to the summer. There's no spring. There's no in between. It is what it is. Anybody who live in the state of Georgia already know. Cold, hot. That's it. No in between. So I've been looking at Double RL. I've been looking at this particular item that was on Poshmark for a minute on eBay. No, Poshmark. I'm sorry, I'm about to say eBay. But this particular item. So I kept looking and looking and looking. It was on my like list or whatever. So I went back and I asked the dude. Dude was like, he wanted, I think, like $150 for this particular set. I'm like, but I didn't know it was a set until I actually got it. So, with further ado, this is what I got. See, you have to be careful and read the descriptions on some of these items because you can get more than what you actually bargained for. And in this case, I think I did. So, this is a double RL beanie, brand new with tags. I didn't, you know, when it comes to double RL is very Americana in the sense that whenever you start dabbling in the world of double RL, you have to understand it's more like early 30s, early 40s, late 30s, early 40s and 50s type of vibe, you know, hard denim type, that type of situation. But there's nothing wrong with that. You can still mix all Ralph together as long as you do it correctly and not overdo it, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, I grabbed this beanie, navy blue with the orange stripe around it. And little did I know, I didn't know, it came with a scarf. I didn't realize it until I got it, and I'm like, whoa, I hit, because I got it for like 75 bucks. So all this came together, new with tags on both of them. I guess he was just tired of holding it. You know, people see that a person wants a 154 beanie. They're like, no, I ain't dealing with it. But, you know, I took a shot and I got it. So I got the scarf and I got the beanie on top. See, with this particular set, you can rock this quite a few different ways. If you can rock it with a cardigan, you can rock it with an Oxford with a nice jacket up underneath. You can do a lot with this particular set. The quality is there. Like I said, he probably been holding on for this for a minute. And again, no labels, so you won't know. You will not know. And for all of my shoppers, if you know, you know. You shop on you shop in the off season. You do not shop in the same season. You shop for winter in the summer, you shop for summer in the winter. That's when you're gonna get your lowest prices. That's when you're gonna get the best deals. People are cleaning out their closets around this time period, so they're looking for a fresh, you know, something fresh to add to their collection. They want to get rid of a few things. That's when you go and you do your thing. You know, I ain't saying cut them in half, but negotiate the price. You know, pay for what you feel comfortable with paying, and that's about it. You know, sometimes we tend to overspend. We all did that. And, you know, you just got to learn to negotiate, because some people do ask outlandish prices for crazy stuff. You just have to learn to negotiate with them. See, I have my eye on a few items right now. Really ain't pulled the trigger because I don't like the price. But then on top of that too, it's summertime, so I'm trying to shop for winter, which I don't know why. But anyway, I'm shopping for winter or fall right now, at its peak right now. That way I can get a better price. But I got my eye on two items. Hopefully they'll come off the price, but if they don't, I'm not necessarily beating my head up against the wall for those certain items. They'll come back around. I missed one I had with, and I let it go. I never did pull the trigger on it, so it is what it is. Gems of the day. A lot of positivity going on here. So when you speak of positivity, understand what that means. Positivity means you're not disturbing someone's peace, right? You're not disturbing someone's peace. People tend to want to disturb your peace with their negativity, they could be envious of you, they could be jealous of you, whatever the case may be. Get those type of people out of your life, period. Understand that, because you could try to fill somebody's cup up with positivity and all they're going to do is be negative. Don't have a negative Nancy around you. Please don't do it. People tend to be negative and they don't even know they're being negative until somebody brings it to their attention. And once you bring it to their attention, please be positive about your response to them, because Some people are very fragile when it comes down to certain situations. People get a little sensitive about certain situations. Just know how to approach them and know what to say and what not to say about their situation. Your situation and their situation will be two different situations. So don't intermingle both of them. Understand that you're a friend. If you're a friend, be a friend to somebody. Don't be the ops. Don't be an enemy, because people love to be around you saying they're your friends, but only there to see your downfall or wish negative upon your situation. So, with that being said, thank you for coming to Maurice's Polo Review channel. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all love over here. There's no hating. I want everybody in the world to win. Everybody. But these tariffs. But that's a whole different situation. So, with that being said, salute and have a blessed day.